And you share the unintended consequences of Sharia application, or if we were to take it without adequate considerations.
The greatest danger is that religion is going to change over time, because it's grounded in physical circumstances. It's grounded in society. And society, the institutions of society, are going to be based on philosophies. And philosophies change over time. So, science is underlied by a specific philosophy, though scientists like to deny this. Economy is based on specific philosophies. And education, politics and education is based on specific philosophies. So, something that seems good might seem good only within the epistemological structure in which it operates. But if you take it outside of that, it no longer seems good. So if people make the Sharia grounded in place and time, which is based on philosophies that they are not paying attention to, then in order for Sharia to fit within that structure, in that place and time, it means that it would have to drop all characteristics that can only function outside of that place and that time. In other words, if it can't fit in, it has to be dropped. Right? It's like anything. If I want to fit something in a thing, either I don't put it in because it can't fit, or I shave the excess until it can fit. But then this is only going to last for a period of time. Right? If you read several authors, if you read Thomas Kuhn, Charles Sanders Peirce, Gaston Bachelard, Louis Althusser, Popper, these are some of the philosophers who would argue that the structure, the knowledge structure of a certain time or a certain place, it is developed and it is born out of an epistemological break that would now lead to ideological reconstruction. That break would come about when enough ideological problems with the current system proliferate to the point where the system can no longer contain the problems. So then what it's going to do is going to create ideological problems, until you can no longer account for all of these problems. So what that's going to naturally lead to is an epistemological break and a reconstruction of a new knowledge structure that is now going to take care of some of those problems. And then this process is going to happen again, and it's going to break, and it's going to happen again. And what was considered true by all of the knowledgeable people within this structure would not be regarded true by the people who are functioning within this structure, even if it's empirical. Even if it's empirical, even if it's based on observation, not philosophy, even if it's based on observation of reality. Right? So, for example, physical observation in the past led people to have certain conceptions of the world. When they believed the earth was the center of the universe, their physical observations confirmed this belief. It didn't deny that belief until you had a scientific break and a new epistemology. And then now that's no longer regarded as true by the people functioning within this new knowledge system. That are now their physical observation tells them, no, the sun is the center of the universe. Then we're heading to a break now where universe might not be universe. Now it might be a multiverse. So then certain truths that we had within a conception of universe will now have to be changed to adopt to the idea of a multiverse. The idea of fabric of space and time as opposed to non-fabric basis of space and time. So all of these conceptions are going to change. You're going to have a new break. That's within science. But the same thing happens within every knowledge discipline. If we take Sharia and we place it on the basis of what the maqasidi people call al-waqi', our current situation, and maslaha and mafsada being the two main influences of the law. Maslaha being what is good and mafsada being what is bad. But if that is based on your waqi', if that is being considered within a place and time, then what's good now may not be good in the future. What's bad now may not be bad in the future. So you might think something is good now, but you have no certainty that it's ultimately good. And if your judgment of good is based on ijtihad now, then the Quran says, عَسَىٰ أَن تُحِبُّوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ شَرٌّ لَكُمْ. It might be that you love something but it's bad for you. وَعَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُوا شَيْئًا وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. It might be that you hate something but it's good for you. Allahu ya'lamu وَأَنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. God knows, you don't know. The other thing is that certain outcomes, a lot of the times, it's not initially seen. The outcomes of certain things are not initially catered for. It's not calculated. Only when they occur, then we realize this is the negative outcomes of this, right? Destruction of the planet is the negative outcome of the industrialization of the markets. When people now, the architects of industrialization, they didn't see it as a bad thing. It's good, right? Perpetual growth, employment, and a lot of things we're going to fix. We're going to be able to create technology that's going to create other technology. We're going to exponentially refine the way man can do things. That sounds wonderful. Catch anybody and say, do you want to be a part of a project that exponentially refines the way man creates things? They're going to take people out of unemployment. It's going to reduce war. Going to increase how we deal with medicine. Any human being is going to smile, wonderful, be part of the project. And nobody calculated that same project is going to destroy the entire planet. Now they're saying the effects, even if we stop all human activity and reduce our carbon footprint to zero and stop all plastic production, even if we do that, and we do that for 30 years, 40 years, 100 years, we will not repair the damage that we already done. So we create irreparable damage. Nobody saw that. So if you take the maqasidis now, the maqasidis operating now, if you take them and you put them in the 1930s, all of that thing that was called khair, maslaha, yes or no? They would say all of that is good, maslaha. Now, it's mafsada. All of it that you would call maslaha 30 years ago are all mafsada today. But all your fatwas have already been given. That's the danger of the maqasidis. When Allah Azza wa Jal says, any ruling of the Sharia is the only one who knows how this ruling is going to impact all of time. until Yawm al-Qiyamah. He's the only person, he's the only one who knows how it's going to impact the physical world and the spiritual world. He's the only one who knows how this law is going to impact the animal world, the plant world, the jinn world, and the world of man. He's the only one who knows what the psychological impact is going to be over a long period of time. He's the only one who knows. So when he says, do X, khalas, do X. And he says, don't do X, don't do X.